Okay, here's another one that I want to do on the. This is the same worksheet, 5.6 worksheet, solving systems by elimination. But I'm going to jump to the back. I think this is a better one to start with, number 10, to show this next step. Here, how none of them are positive and negative to each other. So how can I eliminate one? Well, right here I got 7x and I got negative x. I got 6y and 2y. But there's several ways you can do these. But I could go 7x and I got negative x. But how can I make this a negative 7x to cancel out? Well, yeah, if that distributed property we learned about, if I put this in parentheses and go 7, and if I multiply everything, keep them even by multiply everything, if I go 7 times negative x, that would be negative 7x. Plus, I got 7 times 2y, well that would be 14y. And then I got 7 times 3, that will equal 21. Okay? So I multiplied all of them by 7 to get this to be negative 7x. So now, if I do that elimination, if I go 7x, so this is, I'm just going to lightly cross that out so I can erase it later if I need to. But here, if I go 7x minus 7x, well now that's eliminated. And then 6y, well, that should be 14y. 6y plus 14y, well that's going to be 20y. And then I got negative 1 plus 21, that's going to be a positive 20. So therefore that x is gone, so now I have 20y equals 20. So 20 times something equals 20, well obviously that's going to be a 1. So here, or I can do this, simplify y equals 1. Okay, so therefore now I know the y is 1. I could also eliminate the y if I wanted to. Let me erase this. I could see here this is 6y and this is 2y. So if I multiply all of this by negative 3, well that would have made this a negative 6. Negative 3 times 2 would have been negative 6. But I would have to multiply this by negative 3 and this by negative 3 too. But you would end it up with the same, but you'll end it up with the x. But here I got the y, so now I can plug y into one of these equations and come up with the x. So I'm going to do the first equation. If I go 7x plus 6 times 1, y is now 1, equals negative 1. So 7x plus 6 equals negative 1. And then I isolate the x here, so 7x, I go minus 6 minus 6, so that becomes 0, and this is negative 7. Then 7 times something equals negative 7, well the x is going to be negative 1. 7 divided by 7 is 1x, or x. Negative 7 divided by 7 is negative 1. Okay? So therefore the answer to this one would be x is negative 1, and y would be a positive 1. Okay, that would be where the two lines would cross if you graph these two equations. Okay, another one. Let's see. How about 11? I haven't worked this one out yet, but let's see. Let's see. Negative 20x and negative 10x. Well, here. 20 and 10, if I multiply this by a negative 2, that'll make this a negative 20. If I go negative 2, so if I go negative 20, no, I'm sorry, negative 2 times a negative 10x, that'll be a positive 20x. So those two will cancel out. So here then, if I go negative 2 times a negative 4y, that'll be a positive 8y equals negative 2 times a negative 2, that would be a positive 4. So therefore, now this is the equation I'm going to do that elimination. The negative 20x plus 20x, that's going to eliminate the x, it's gone. And then here I got negative 10y plus 8y. I'm going to put a line through here so I don't get mixed up. And that'll be a negative 2y. And negative 10 plus 4, that would equal 6. So now I can, with the x gone, something times negative 2 is going to equal 6. Well, let's see, that's going to be a 3, or negative 3. Sorry, getting ahead of myself there. Yeah, it's going to be a negative 3. 6 divided by negative 2, divided by negative 2. So now I know the y, I can plug it into one of these original two equations to figure out the x. Okay, well let's do the first one, negative 20x minus 10 to the negative 3 times negative 3 equals negative 10. So negative 20x, 10, negative 10 times the negative 3 is a positive 30 equals negative 10. So now I got to isolate the x, so minus 30 minus 30. So negative 20x equals negative 40. So negative 20 times something equals negative 40. Well, most people see it'll be 2. Or if you divide by both by negative 20, x equals 2. So the answer to number 11 would be x would be 2. They would cross that, x would be 2, and the y would be negative 3. So that would be the answer. And always remember, the x goes first and then the y goes second with the coordinates. Okay? So that's how you do a process of elimination. So here you can see 7 and 4. Well, here this will be better, 6 and 3. So if you multiply this by negative 2, it'll make it a negative 6. So you multiply it all by negative 2. This one, boy, number 13. This one actually has no solution to it. They're going to end up being parallel, so that'll be a tough one here. So I would stop at 13 and then go do the ones in the book. Okay, because this one, these here, to do the process of elimination, you have to multiply both of the equations, which I haven't seen that situation anywhere in the book. All right?